Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I have been negligent with these little videos. I'm sure some of the people I get to see in real life who watch these are like, where's Padre's video? I'm like, well, if I don't do these early in the morning, a lot of times they don't happen, so I get distracted. And then the day gets busy, and then by the time afternoon or evening comes along, I really don't have a desire to do it. And so it doesn't happen. So this is a 10-minute one on kind of knowing yourself. That was one of the maxims on the Greek temples in the ancient world. Know thyself. So this is a little 10-minute ditty on some things, just my own thoughts about them, and maybe prompting you to ask your own thoughts. So let's go with what I consider the most bogus way to know yourself. And I know people who I like and respect who put stock in this. I think astrology, like the stars affecting you, is total garbage. I'm a Virgo. That's all I know. When I, in college, used to read horoscopes, they were a joke to me. They were so nebulous, and something good will come your way today. I mean, it is like believing fortune cookies really told you something was going to happen or give you your lucky numbers. What is that? Oh, there we go, a little speck on the screen. Now, I believe the moon can affect people because it's close enough, and it exercises gravitational effects on our tides. So it can affect people. There are lunatics out there. I'm all for the moon. I don't know how Mars or Jupiter or Mercury or Venus affect you. So call me skeptical, and I think it's laughable. But I know people who, man, they put a lot of emphasis on, well, you're a Virgo, so you're X, Y, and Z. With all these things I'm going to talk about, if you think they're helpful for knowing yourself and knowing others, go for it. But if you use typology of any type to pigeonhole people, you're a jerk. All various typologies use, whether really legitimate or not, is give you maybe a window into self-understanding and a window into understanding others. No typology captures the mystery of a person. We don't even know ourselves 100%. Do you? I don't. I mean, I know a lot about myself. I've done a lot of prayer and reflection on my life and the things that shaped me in my childhood, my relationships, my successes, my failures, the things that I am most proud of in being Tom Miller, and the things I am most ashamed of in being Tom Miller. I have thought and prayed about those things, brought them before God. Now, you don't need to bring them before God, so maybe you're not a believer, but you have to bring them to your conscious mind and meditate on them a bit. So horoscopes, I don't put a lot of stock in the astrology stuff. If you do, good for you. If it really helps you, that's great, but it's don't matter to me. Nice mix of music this morning. Chinese astrology is even more nebulous, I think, than our astrology. I'm a horse. So I look at horse traits in 1966. Does everybody in 1966 share those traits? I mean, really? Every human being born that year are like that? So I don't know. I mean, some things seem to be like, I'm kind of like that. So I don't know. I put, who even knows what Chinese astrology is unless you're going out for Chinese food? Unless you're Asian, I guess. Then maybe you know. But, not me. So those are the two that I consider very dubious, and people at times put a lot of stock in. So they're fun. I don't give them a lot of credibility. Now let's talk about the ones that I do consider more credible. The Enneagram is a 9-point system of typology developed, or at least cataloged, articulated by the Sufis and the Muslim religion. But basically they said in humanity there are 9 basic temperaments. So it's kind of on a circle with 9 at the top and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going around. And you are one type with a heavy influence from one of the numbers on the either side. Like I'm a 1 with a very strong 9 wing. And when I encountered this in college, I thought it was interesting. I was skeptical at first. I used to call it the enneagram. But as I looked at it, it's more factual than it's got some really good insight into human dynamics. And I don't have the book with me. I'd hold up the book if I had it down here. Enneagram. I don't know if there are any online tests. But the Enneagram offers some very good insight into yourself and into others. I have a good friend who was agnostic all his life up until the last couple of years. He's become a believer now. He hasn't professed any religion yet, but he's definitely higher power spirituality type of guy. He swears by it. He knows he's used it in work to help him with people and being both patient and cutting to the quick on things. He's an 8. 8s are bulldozers, man. They take things by the reins. They are the most risky people on the Enneagram. They are almost fearless to the point of being reckless. As a 1, I tend to be more a reformer and more uptight about doing what is right. You know, not anymore. I mean, you move towards certain types to become healthier. So the Enneagram is a great system. Look it up. Again, it's more based on some dynamics and stuff. The most common one, let's change this music. This is some sort of, I don't know what this is. We're changing it. Changing it up, people. Sorry for the interruption. Myers-Briggs, most common one, you should know about that. 16 personality types. Very credible, based on choices you make. The Myers-Briggs will tell you nothing new about yourself, but help you articulate what you are unable to articulate. It's very good. I am an ESF, probably J or P. I'm right on the border of J and P. When I was in the seminary, I became more of a J. And as I moved more and more in the pastoral ministry over these last 27 years, I become more P. I am not as organized as I would like to be. And it doesn't bother me. I do the best I can with what I'm dealt with on any given day. So anyway, so yeah, on the Myers-Briggs ESFP or ESFJ. When I look at both of them, there are things I'm probably right on the border. The most variable of my traits is the JP trait. I'm a very strong E, pretty strong F, pretty strong S. And each of those have descriptors to them that help you understand yourself. What does the Myers-Briggs help me really do? Be patient with a lot more people. And it's a really good inventory. Again, doesn't tell you anything that you don't know about yourself, but helps you articulate it and helps you appreciate where people come from. And then the final one is called DISC, D-I-S-C. And the Archdiocese made us take this a number of years ago at Convocation. And it's a very interesting typology because you fill out how you see yourself, and then you pick like a dozen to 20 friends who know you, who work with you, to fill out how they perceive you. And this creates a very interesting picture of how you see yourself and how others see you. And to some people, it is a freaking wake-up call. When we were on Convocation, some of the guys flipped out. The people saw them so differently than they saw themselves. Thumbs up for being a 1 and being this. How I see myself and how others see me are almost It's identical. I mean, it's scary, which makes me think, okay, Tom Miller gets an A for transparency and authenticity. I don't think about being authentic. I am who I am. I can be tactful, so I'm not a jerk. But what you see is what you get. God bless everybody. It's a long one today, but hey, some of these things are fun. Check them out, and I hope you have a great Wednesday.